is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. This guy is Joique Bell, who is making the rounds on social media this morning for the Jared Goff comments that he made yesterday. Make sure you check those out. This guy over here won 4 Stanley Cups. Darren
one
McCarty.
Time and it goes viral.
See how valued your opinion is?
No, you know what it is though.
Because
listen, I never, like I said, I don't never judge the man. I judge the play on the field, and everything I said was strictly about what I see on the field. That's it.
No question.
I agree,
and that's period. And so until I see otherwise, that's what it is. And the thing was this: I was going to wait till week 8. I was going to give it halfway through the season to see, but after that performance I saw on Sunday, I couldn't hold back my opinion. I couldn't hold back. I want to give him time to get adjusted because I saw some good things from him throughout the season. Just wasn't consistent. And so moving forward, I just want to see consistency. That's all I want to see.
That's all. That's all the man's looking for. Everyone. Fish is in the bowl. Art, the child of Flint, is in the production studio as well. Speaking of Flint, we'll be joined coming up about 11:15 by James Edwards III, the Pistons beat writer for The Athletic. Detroit basketball getting up and running. Those dastardly Chicago Bulls in town to square off with the Pistons. And, you know, the NBA season's getting rolling. We'll have some discussion about that. No Cade Cunningham.
Hey guys, Neal, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. D-Mac, can you do that again, please?
Detroit basketball.
There we go. Perfect. That's all I needed.
Yeah, so we will talk about that. Certainly going to get into the Red Wings discussion as well, the Lions and the Rams, and I'm going to put Joique on the spot a little bit later on and ask how can they pull this off? And I don't want just the old run the ball, create turnovers. I don't want that. I want the pathway to victory, so we'll put Joique Bell on the spot. We got a prime running back question for you also, and I've had enough of Pro Football Focus and enough.
Hey, all right, did you laugh as hard yesterday when Neal chimed in?
Enough.
Maz posted in the thread, so if everybody, we have this thread, so we're trying to prepare for the next game, and Pro Football Focus comes on, and then there's Neal with his enough's enough.
Well, and look, we'll get into it a little bit later on. They had Penei Sewell as one of the highest-rated rookies in the NFL, and the 2 clips that Joique broke down repeatedly, he got cooked on. And look, I'm a big Sewell guy. I think that's pretty established. I am a big Penei Sewell guy. I'm happy he's here. I'm happy the Lions got him, and hopefully they're fitting him for a gold jacket when it's all said and done, and we don't have to worry about that position for the next 10 to 12 years. But that being said, there's no way. And they did this too. And look, I'll say it already. Neal, you're a Michigan hater. I'll say it this way too. The Michigan game against Nebraska, they had Aiden Hutchinson as the best defensive player in America. I watched him exclusively during the whole second half of that game and never saw him make a play. So this Pro Football Focus thing, it's almost getting to be like the recruiting thing. But I'm aggravated by that, man. I am. But we'll get into it in just a little bit. But the first topic that we did want to get into, D-Mac, there's something to this down at Little Caesars Arena, man. With this Red Wings team, Tyler Bertuzzi with another goal. Twitter exploded because Lucas Raymond got his first NHL goal as well. Dylan Larkin, a couple of assists bouncing back after getting banged up in that Tampa game. But D-Mac, this Red Wings team, man, you can feel it, man. There's something to this team.
Well, there's a couple things. And yesterday, last night was such a great game. And here's the one thing that you notice is what Steve Yzerman addressed, and you have a team that can skate. This is a new NHL where my NHL was size. Now it's speed. We have speed. We have guys that can move the puck. We have big guys that can move. You look at Mo Sider, some of the plays he made, just not defensively, but even on the Raymond goal where he bought time, fought off a guy. And you saw that for the people who didn't see Lucas Raymond's goal. Right-handed sniper shot coming down the right wing right there. That's our bread and butter. We love that short side high. I might hit it 1 out of 20 times. He's going to hit it 1 out of 3 or so. But he's scored goals like that. That's sort of his bread and butter goal is what you're going to see. But it's the speed. And here's the thing. Joique brought up yesterday, Detroit versus everybody. And we saw his clip from back 2015 when they got screwed and everything like that. We know that. Well, it's almost like the NHL versus everybody, but from the hit from the first game. But you look at this, and this is why a guy like Giovanni Smith, I'm showing you here, right? Michael Rasmussen, that Adam Murray, that third line, fourth line guys, they can be effective and not let guys get pushed around. So there's a lot of team toughness. You've seen, guys just not taking it and standing up for each other, and that's the team toughness. And they're engaged, and they like it. That's the thing. They're not shying away from it. Like, really? Like in football.
Joique's becoming a big hockey guy now, man.
Where your team,
I am. I love it, man. You know what it is? I love the mentality of hockey because I'm low-key jealous. I'm jealous of hockey.
You would have been, Joique, your mentality would have been perfect. You would have been a grind liner. You would have been a great team guy. You would have been a great, solid defenseman or brother than that. So 48 here for our radio audience here. Giovanni Smith. That's my guy. I want him to succeed so bad because he brings something of an element that I think that I brought. And he knows how to do it in the new NHL. So what you saw last night also, too, is there's a highlight where Raymond got hit from behind and you got Bertuzzi and Larkin chasing the Columbus guy down. So that's the whole thing. Team toughness. It's not about beating the crap out of everybody else and the other team. It's about sticking together. That's sort of what, like, March 26, 97, that sweet revenge game and was all about. And Art, don't we have the perfect human or Nick Lidstrom? We have a clip, and Nick was in town talking about his view. Here's Nick Lidstrom, captain, former captain of Detroit Red Wings, Hall of Famer, talking about March 26th. And for me, it's always cool to hear the other guys talk from their perspective. So here's Nick Lidstrom.
It started with Peter Forsberg and Igor Larionov. They got into a tussle right by our bench. Act was on the ice, and all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. In a good way, actually, because we played against, we lost to them the year before. They won the cup that year. We lost the conference finals. I think we lost every game in that regular season up until that game. And in a way, we knew that we could beat the Stanley Cup champions. We could beat it both with Max fists and on the ice. We came back and won that game. But I think that showed the team that we had what it took to be the Stanley Cup champ and get over the hump. And it was a lot of revenge too from what happened with Draper the season before. No one knew what was going to happen in the locker room. It was never discussed.
I love Nick Lidstrom talking about that because for me,
he's got perfect English.
Well, no. I love him talking about that because he's a star guy. I mean, one of the greatest defensemen in the history of the NHL. I mean, a star, a bona fide
star guy. It's either Bobby Orr or Nick Lidstrom.
Right.
I mean, that's not a star guy. That's a
stratosphere guy.
That's a 0.1%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, like he's a star in the league. I love when stars have to talk about fights in the NHL. I love that. Yeah, he's like, it was a big moment for us. Bodies are flying around the ice, people are getting carted off, bleeding, everything like that. And the stars grab each other, right? Like, take us through the protocol of the fight. The stars grab each other. Like the Calvins and the Ray Lewises will grab each other. And they agree to stand there. That's how it works in the NHL.
No. But Joique, you want your top guys pairing off with their top guys. So I want my Yzerman and Sakic standing over there. Your top guy, your captain, my cap can stay over there. You're right. Let the guys in the trenches battle it out. So you don't have to. But here's the thing: when it gets so intense, everybody's involved. And what made March 26th so incredible was that Igor Larionov, all 5'6", 140 pounds, the biggest pacifist next to Gandhi in the world, right? The professor, he started it. That's the thing. And I always, when I do my comedy and stuff like this, I always break it down that when you think about it, it's your elder statesmen that have to sort of tip the scale sometimes. And Igor Larionov, coming from the Red Army being one of our oldest dudes culturally, and that was the whole thing in the United Nations. But it was started by him, and I just sort of was ready.
Hold on. I have a question for D-Mac before we go. Then we'll go to Art real quick.
Yeah.
What is out of all of your fights, who gave you a run for your money?
Oh, a lot of guys gave me a run for my money.
So, but no. But there's always that one guy you say, you know what? He got
there's always the guys that see, Joique, it didn't work that way. It was guys that I could say I could stand in there and have a punch in the face contest with and maybe bleed or whatever like that, but not get killed. Then it's a guy that could put his fist through your face or break your orbital bone or whatever like that. You fight them differently. It's also
more defensive,
right,
more Floyd Mayweather.
Guys my size, I'll stand back all day long. But I'm fighting guys twice my size, so you got to fight them differently. So you don't. It's more of if it's a business or a pleasure fight. You know what I'm saying?
You love this, don't you, Joique?
I'm trying to get killed, or I'm trying to kill a guy.
This is like kind of,
if I'm mad. But you go in there different ways, so you'll try to get it differently.
A couple things. For one, big shout out to Tammy, and also a big shout out to Tammy for the
video.
tin of popcorn. She got me a big old thing of popcorn.
I thought that was for fish.
Well, we won't discuss the price of that popcorn either.
I had some. It was pretty good. But you can't discuss the price when you post it. You can't say that stuff. Right? It was a $32 tin that Tammy bought you and fish.
Yes.
You posted it that it was fish's and you took it.
Yes. Well, no, actually, she took the tin home, but I ate most of the popcorn.
You took all the popcorn.
Oh, yeah. That was my dinner for the night.
$30 worth of popcorn.
Yeah.
You're good for 2 weeks.
Yeah. A big shout out to Tammy, though, for that Lindstrom video. I have to ask you, D-Mac, because what I'm noticing already into Game 3 is you've got the stars like Larkin and like Bertuzzi standing up for the younger fighters and the rookies instead of having someone like Smith try and fight all the battles. So we clearly need an enforcer, correct? Like,
no.
When you see the captain...
You don't clearly need an enforcer because you have team toughness, and enforcer-wise would be Smith or Rasmussen or the big guys. But
what about Larkin?
But here's the thing. Look at Larkin, Bertuzzi, and Raymond. Who were they? Who hit him and who went out?
Right.
Some Russian dude, I don't know the name. Like some guys that you don't know, which means the top guys can litigate the top guys, right? You look at what happened if I'm going to critique them chasing him down.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't really do anything to him.
No, but my thing is this. When you have a star like Larkin, who's already been out one game because of a fight,
right.
Do you want it to happen or an injury to happen? He's prone to injury, and he's the captain. I don't want to see him out for the season because of either fights or injuries. Because,
I do agree with that sentiment. I want my guys nowhere around it.
I understand that, but there's also, too, is that when you're leading the charge, and that's his responsibility and his teammates to know, you don't want him going in first. But in that situation, you look at who he's going around and grabbing, and I saw some Slavs and some Slavs on the ice, and I'm not scared.
Yeah.
So he's not going to, these kids, like, it's a different thing, right? To the same point, if you have all talent on the ice that aren't the physical guys and they all get mad at each other, well, then it's like Christmas. It's like puppies at Christmas morning slapping each other around, and it's entertaining for us guys. Because the rest of us guys are sitting on the bench looking at each other and going, if they get out of hand, we're going out for the real business. So, yes, to your point, it's not optimal, but the fact that what they're doing is they're making a big statement across the league.
Yeah, no, it is, and certainly you can see that with this hockey team. We'll pick up that discussion in a little bit as well, because I had some things, and I know Joique, because Joique's into it, man. I get the feeling like Joique.
I'll be at some more hockey games.
100%, man. Sure. Like Joique is locked in.
It's that type of energy.
I'll comment when we come back from break, because Mike G asked how I was fighting George Larac. Who was probably the heavyweight at the time, and I fought him. I'll tell you about that. That's one you're happy to survive.
Yeah, okay. When we come back, we'll be joined by James Edwards III. He covers the Detroit Pistons for The Athletic. Pistons opening tip tonight against the Chicago Bulls down at Little Caesars Arena. We're expecting the same kind of juice. I mean, again, the old Neal Ruhl hashtag 2023 is grabbing hold. There certainly is some hope in the air, but if you're going down to the Pistons game tonight and you're thinking, man, I'm feeling the Pistons tonight, I want to get down on that, let me tell you what you should do. Go to mybookie.ag, because when it comes to gambling, you always make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck. That's why you should bet with MyBookie. At MyBookie, you can bet all your favorite sports with exclusive promotions, contests, and more to find your winning bet. Right now, when you make your first deposit with MyBookie, you'll instantly receive double your first deposit. It's easy. Again, just go to mybookie.ag, sign up, use a promo code Woodward, and MyBookie will double your first deposit instantly up to $1,000. There's a comma in that number, folks. Come on. How's that for fast money? This promotion only available for a limited time. Don't miss out. Head to mybookie.ag. Use my promo code Woodward and secure your double deposit bonus today. That's promo code Woodward so you can double your funds to double your winnings. Bet anything, anytime. 100-270-7117.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
Of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. In just a couple minutes, we'll be joined by James Edwards III, covers the Pistons for The Athletic, one of the great beat writers in this town, by the way. And I always qualify it, too, by saying I'm an Athletic subscriber. I pay for it like everybody else, and I enjoy it. Like, that's my Saturday morning, my Sunday morning when I'm having that coffee in Kime Bar or whatnot. But I know, D-Mac, while we're waiting for James Edwards III to join us here, I know you got asked the question, George LaRocque.
Yeah,
you
so George
squared
LaRocque
up.
is about 6'5", about 260 pounds, big guy that was the Edmonton Oilers. But here's the one thing with some guys and with George, that he didn't like to get hit, but he was that big and he threw as hard he threw as quick left as I did, right? But they were hard. So the thing is, you got to get in there and get his left hand. So I fought him in Calgary and survived. Didn't get hit with anything too bad. Got a couple in, but it was sort of nothing. When he's done with you in a fight, he just grabs you and then dismantles you like you're done. So when he's done fighting you, it's one of those things. Like some of the guys, when guys know that they're gonna get punched in the face and and you stand up. So for whatever reason, and it was we fought because it was sort of to quell the game down. So it meant something good, but that was no bueno. No bueno, Joique. No bueno.
Yeah, but we've been talking about the energy around LCA with the Detroit Red Wings, and we figure there's going to be that same kind of energy tonight with the Detroit Pistons, and the guy that'll be there covering it for The Athletic, the native of Flint, by the way, just like Art, but except he's really from Flint. James Edwards III joining us here on Big D Energy Woodward Sports Network, and James, appreciate you taking the time to join us on opening day. And, what about that? Because you engage, obviously, with the readers and everybody from The Athletic. What's the vibe? Are they expecting kind of a similar buzz around LCA tonight?
James Edwards III working the beat here for The Athletic. What is tempered expectations coming out of training camp, or what is for us as Pistons fans? What can we expect? Is it a win total? Is it something to see? Is it seeing these guys work? What have you seen, and what should we go into this season with?
James Edwards III joining us here, covers the Pistons for The Athletic. And I, every time I talk to guys from The Athletic, I give the same caveat like I just said a few minutes ago. I'm a subscriber. I pay my money like everybody else. I'm a huge fan of what they do It's wall-to-wall sports. If you're a Wings fan, Pistons fan, Lions fan, they do it better, really, than anybody else does. And again, that's my opinion. But you can go to theathletic.com/Detroit and check that out if you want to become a subscriber and get great content. But, James, the Cade Cunningham thing, and as you talked about, certainly it dampens things that he won't be playing tonight. But give everybody a taste from what you saw. And, I always qualify this. I'm play-by-play guy for Oakland. We played at Oklahoma State last year, so I got the ability to call one of his games. The thing for me with Cade Cunningham is the size and the strength and the ability to get to any spot on the floor, and it's a very versatile offensive attack. Did you confirm that watching him in the Summer League? What were your initial impressions of Cade Cunningham?
Just cut it. Yeah.
He can finish his thought, but cut. James, well, certainly we do appreciate you taking a couple minutes. I know today's a busy day for you guys. I know that you got a lot of stuff to do. But again, slide through theathletic.com/Detroit. You can subscribe to The Athletic. And we'll hit you back as the season rolls on if you're cool with that, my friend.
Thanks, James.
Absolutely. James Edwards III. I apologize if there were some technical difficulties on our end as far as the audio goes. But, again, Joique, for me, with this Pistons team, and look, you were growing up and you know about the Pistons during the championship days. People are dying for it, man. Pistons fans, I know you're a Pistons fan, and you want to see it again, don't you?
Yeah, but it's a process, And,
sure.
But the thing is, that's the part about the process I really like. We saw them when they won a championship. We saw them when they won a championship. I think I was just getting to Detroit at that time, and to kind of see us, take that step back and to see us start to rebuild it back up, or like what Troy Weaver would like to say, we're not rebuilding, we're restoring. And so it's great to see that process happening. And like any other Piston fan, I just want to see progress, and I want to see steady progress as time goes on, from last year to this year to next year, and then you keep stacking up good wins, good years, and then you end up building up a championship culture.
D-Mac, yeah, you got the bad boy shirt on though.
I do.
But what does it mean?
I'm old enough.
Because I'll tell you.
You are old enough. That was before my time.
No, I will tell you guys though. It meant a lot, I think, to Pistons fans that night. He puts the buffs on draft night. Cade Cunningham, for as young as he is, and people forget, the Pistons have 3 20-year-old players on their team. I mean, three of them. But when people saw that, though, D-Mac, I think that in this town, we're dying for that, too, like that connection. He understands what he's walking into, the history of this franchise, what's expected of him, and what it's going to take.
Think about this. Right, and he's not from here, and it's not like Dylan Larkin, but he definitely knows and has. You don't have to be from here to have that respect. And the thing is, like I said before, aren't you glad because of this maturity of this kid and this 20-year-old kid who's already a father, and it already shows. So, him not playing tonight is a disappointment. But again, like Dwayne Casey said, this is about longevity. This is about the future. This is about making sure he's ready to go. And that's the one thing, is that character-wise, culture-wise, I'm along for the journey as well, because just like the Red Wings, I believe in this organization. So whether you're going down to LCA to watch the Wings game or the Pistons game, it's starting. It's starting to get down there, at least to LCA, to be able to watch some players and progression. But what I like, I don't care about their age on their birth certificate, because their maturity is that these guys are men, and I love that.
the star of this team, and look, Kate Cunningham, I think, is probably the face. But if you break it down, the star of this team is Jeremy Grant.
And for sure.
Joique, and even to you, D-Mac, as having been around guys that played for the Olympics and stuff like that. And I know he didn't play for the Olympic team, but he did get a gold medal. He was on the roster. He was there with the team. And I don't care who you are, Joique. If you're a player and you get to be around a Kevin Durant in a game setting, in a tournament situation where everything's on the line, I don't care who you are. You're picking something up from that, right? Or am I making too much of that?
You're picking up something from everyone.
Absolutely.
But you play with guys like that. They're going to have some things in their arsenal that you're going to. Hey, can you show me that real quick? Can you,
like, that's real?
I mean, no, it's real.
Absolutely.
I mean, you look at Michael Jordan. You look at Michael Jordan. You look at Kobe Bryant. Like Kobe said that everything you guys got from me, a lot of that came from 23. A lot of that came from Jordan. And so you play with guys who, they're going to take something from greatness.
I'll give you a great example. Me, right here, the grind line, right? We had to practice every day against Nick Lidstrom, Fedorov, the Russian Five. Never touched the puck in practice. Why do you think we were so mad when we got on the ice? So, I mean, yes, and you learn things from being around them. So whether it's just in practice, throwing the ball around, you know that after practice, guys that put in the extra work, you're watching these guys in the gym, out of the gym, picking up something else, how to be the true professional. Because a lot of the things, it's not what's said, it's their actions that you put into your repertoire. So that's the one thing that you pick up. So it'll be interesting to see, what does Jeremy Grant put on his arsenal? What is he? Is there a new move? Is there a spin move down low? Or is there something? And if there is, we'll hear about it, because that's the beauty. Guys pass it on down, just like you said. Kobe gives props to Jordan. Guys give the props to where it is. Right?
That's what it is. That's the name of the game.
That's the name of the game.
Paying homage.
But I really do think that it is an exciting time. And Jeremy Grant's a guy, and I did a couple of Pistons podcasts with some of the Pistons Twitter folks out there, and he's somebody, I know he's kind of going under the radar right now as a 20-point per game
going
guy.
Under the radar?
Jeremy Grant is.
He's an underdog.
He's going under the radar, man.
He's an underdog.
He is. Well, if you're playing fantasy.
Yeah.
That's a guy that you should be looking at, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Where would you go, Art, if you did want to get in on that fantasy action?
Yeah, you'd probably want to visit Underdog Fantasy. If your fantasy football team sucks like me, I'm going to take my headphones off so Joique doesn't interrupt me during my live read. I can't wait for the Northwestern Tech read, because I'm gonna just talk over the whole thing. Anyway,
I hope he does.
I still can't hear you. My headphones are literally off. Let's talk about Underdog Fantasy through their slick mobile app. It's absolutely free if you want to sign up. That is. Actually, if you're thinking about getting into fantasy football and you're like, my team suck, if you suck as much as I do reading live reads, well, then check out fantasy football with the Underdog Fantasy app. You deposit $10, you get $10 free. And right now, I'm 2-4, so I definitely could use some weekly fantasy. Get more details. Just search Underdog Fantasy in your app store. We got more Big D energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, D-Mac, Darren McCarty here in the house. Fish is in the bowl, Art in the production booth. Also, Simo313 on our YouTube chat thread says, I believe in Stevie, Pistons management, not so much. But Simo, I would say that the Pistons management and Troy Weaver flipped this thing quicker than anybody else has. And here's the basis of that statement, too, because, D-Mac, how about this for you? The longest tenured Piston right now is Killian Hayes, who's 20.
Well, I mean, we knew that.
He assessed the situation.
When Troy Weaver came in and just assessed the situation and everybody went and just imploded it. But this is where we're at. And I think if you look at the roster and you look at the youth and stuff, I always look at guys that either can lead or they can grow together and learn together, right? You have more of a lack of a better term, more of a Fab Five, right? In Michigan, learning together, or the Flintstones and Lansing, where it's a younger group that's going to go through the highs and lows together. And they're going to persevere. It's not going to be easy, but it's something that they will know to build on. And here's the thing. If it's not working, are you worried that Troy Weaver's not going to make a move?
And that was the thing, too, because if you go back to the 2004 team and how that team was constructed, that was the biggest credit I always gave Joe Dumars, who I never understood why things ended so badly with Joe Dumars here. I mean, this was a guy that gave 30 years of service to the Pistons organization, brought you 2 championships as a player, 1 championship as a GM, and got you out of those teal uniforms. You know, like that's.
You don't like the teals?
No, looking back, they're cool, but at the time, you got to win. You know, like through all that stuff, they're cool if you win, but if you don't win, they're not. But I never understood that. And Joe Dumars, I thought, was like that as a GM too. Like when they drafted Mateen Cleaves, they spun him, got John Barry and a draft pick. Like those are the moves that move you along. And as you said, there's no concern, there's no worry. If Troy Weaver thinks and finds out that something's not working, he's changing that.
No, it definitely is, and that's the one thing too. Is you go in when you get everybody healthy, you can go how many games in football? If I'm going to say, November 1st, so a few weeks in hockey, Joique says 6 to 8 games in football. What's the test to see what you are in basketball? Is it 20 games? Is it 15? Is it 10? Where are we going to know? I think it's more like 20 games.
Yeah, 20, 25.
25 games, and then you sort of see where you're at and what holes you need. If that's the best part between Dwayne Casey and Troy Weaver, if they identify, hey, we need this type of guy to come in here and help these guys, they'll make the move because now they're in the position to do it. Where are they at as far as their cap? And their movement and stuff like this, like the big thing we talked about this beforehand, right? Where the conversation where
they stopped the luxury tackers, right? Do they still have that?
Yeah,
no, they still have it.
Yeah, they got all that. But Neal and I were talking beforehand because his perspective, how he looks at things, and how I do over the years, Joique. So he opens up my eyes to something else, and I open his eyes. So it's sort of watching, because we mentioned like Thomas Grice, Steve Eisman giving him $4 million 2-year deal. He's the guy right now. We can't argue that he's played real well last year and come out on guns a-blazing in his last 2 starts. So, but it's also set up for 2023. I'm wondering if they're all looking cap wise 223 good too. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the thing for that with the Pistons is the money they have on hold for the 2023-2024 season, right around $66 million with a cap of 114.
So that's that.
So do the math.
I'm asking you because you swim around in that in the cap pool. That's good, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You have a max contract available to you.
Yeah. So there you go, right? And I think that's all a part of taking the 10,000-foot view is like, what are they putting together? And here's the thing, because Troy Weaver, if we're talking about the Pistons, is not aloof to this. He's set up to this, right? Steve Eisman's set up to this, right? I got to think more so Al Avila's coming into that. Now, is that what Brad Holmes is going to do? That's the big test, because second contracts and cap and all that stuff has never been the plus for the Lions. But
I think tonight would be a good game. Right, this is a good first game for us. Right, we can see where we are as a team. We're not playing a rinky-dink team. I mean, they have a. I mean, this
the Bulls
pretty,
have done some retooling.
They did
They're
some
expecting
retooling.
some things.
Right,
yeah.
They picked up some good players from. They got the bar. They got the bar brother there. Okay, they got Lonzo. Okay, cool.
Lonzo's nice, man. Like people sleep on him, man. I like Lonzo a lot.
Lonzo's he's good. I'm not gonna say great. He's good.
Yeah.
I say he's good.
Zach LaVine's a good player. I mean,
I like LaVine though.
Yeah,
like,
he's nice too.
And so,
he can
but the thing,
bro,
he can fly. He fly.
Bro, we played out there.
But he's a good basketball player though.
Yeah, no,
I know because people see how high. But he's a really good.
He can put 50 on you. He's done it.
Oh yeah. So I like LaVine. I do. What was that?
Can he jump out of the gym?
Oh, yeah, he's jumping out
the
gym.
We played there. Yeah. We played when he was at UCLA. We played against him, and he got the ball in transition and did a dunk I'll never forget the image. His nose was above the rim.
Wait. When you when you see something and now it's imprinted in your head, just to let you know how great of a player was.
No, his nose was above. I'll never forget that. It's on Google. It's on Google too. Like you look up like Zach LaVine dunk versus Oakland. I mean, it was unbelievable. It's the greatest college dunk I've ever seen.
Wow.
Seriously,
100%. Seriously.
Wow.
And the poor Oakland player.
How long have you been watching college basketball?
I've been calling it going on. This will be my 10th year.
Your 10th year.
Yeah, so 10 years of it.
So a whole decade, and this
whole decade.
Okay.
Hey, Art.
All right.
We didn't post. I'm gonna, because this is hilarious. I saw this online, and I think this is great because it just ties in. This is the Red Wing locker room right now, right? Because you know the one I'm talking about, Art. If you haven't seen this on Twitter yet, this is awesome. Everybody loves Raven. It's got all the boys in there.
That's true. Everybody does.
So I'll tell you. So here, if we had Photoshop like you did, because Ozzy in the back room were so in Joe Louis Arena in the locker room back where the curtain. There was the curtain, and then there's a workout room, the training room, but the showers were here, and then the washing machines and everything were in the back. Well, Ozzy for 2 years, back in 07, 08, he used to cut out faces, the guys, and put them on magazines and plaster them all over the place, stuff like that. If he had Photoshop today, it'd be unbelievable. But stuff like that, that's the stuff that's true. What's going on in the room? I bet you those guys, like somebody printed that out because that's how they feel.
You know what it is, man? I think that mentality is contagious because I see that in the in the Wings locker room. I see that in the Pistons locker room. Except for one position right now, I see it in the Detroit Lions locker room.
Well, you know what, too, Joique? Because it's contagious.
I'm
going to call it like I see it because you know what? There were champions in the building last night, and I've been telling you that you need that mentality, and I am so proud because whether the Northern Guard or the fellas themselves, Art, you're going to show the DCFC fellas up in the stands there last night, and champions, Breeden, look at the fellas. Go! Who's all up there, Neal?
Yeah, so Armando Quezada was up there. My guy Kevin Venegas there as well. So the DCFC guys were taking it in.
See, that's what I'm talking about, and that's the vibe. And Joique, to your point about contagious on the ice, it's contagious in the
city.
You see the rink. That's what I'm talking about. It's contagious. You get it pumping.
We look at we go back and we look at the Pistons roster, and the guys that I like from last year. Obviously, Jeremy Grant, Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey. Love Josh Jackson, love his mentality, a guy that's from the area who embodies the DVE mentality. And then, I like Frank. I like Frank Jackson. I like his mentality on the court. He makes plays. He doesn't back down. And then he surprises you some games. So I like him a lot. And we're just going to continue. We added Kay Cunningham, who came in with the mentality. These are the type of players I want playing here in Detroit.
Kelly
This is the type of guys I want playing here, But like I said, new season. I'm gonna give it the first 20 games, and then I'll give a passionate take.
Well, the thing is with the Pistons, they can lose a lot of games and still get better.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, they can lose a lot of games and still get better.
Yeah, I don't see when I'm looking. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at effort on the court. I'm looking at them capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. I'm looking at their chemistry on the court.
See, I'm looking for the dog.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm looking for the dog.
That's the mentality.
Yeah,
Right.
I want to see the dog out there.
Right.
And
you
if
see
your
the
dog
effort.
is Cade Cunningham, you're so much further ahead. It's like the same thing we're seeing. We're seeing some dog out of Dylan Larkin right now.
Yeah, because what you notice is like the team is going to take on the identity of your best player. Your best player is going to take on the identity of your head coach, and he probably take he has his own identity, and you'll see that on the court. So I guess we just sit back and wait.
Yeah, I know, and I know in this day and age of instant gratification, all that stuff, I know that's not the thing, but hey, still, it remains 2023. D-Mac, get the shirts.
#2023.
Get the shirts. I need red ones. I need
Golden Rule,
Honolulu
2023.
blue ones. I need Pistons blue ones.
So we got this year, we got next year, and then 2023. We should really be making noise in the city in just about every sport.
Making noise
in every
in
sport.
the city. Making noise
in every single sport. Like Detroit in 2023 should be the biggest sports town in the whole country.
It should at least be looking that way.
No, it should be that way. I mean, if we're not,
you might be a year delayed or something like that, but it should be trending that way. There's no doubt.
23-24.
It's
just you think all 4 teams would be in the playoffs?
That's a lot to ask. I think all 4 of the teams in the playoffs, because I am worried about the Tigers a little bit, because I wonder what the management's going to, because the ball's in management's court now with the Tigers, and we'll have these discussions certainly as the winter rolls on.
Pay that money.
But you can't be irresponsible with it too. I mean, if some of these free agents, if they're your guy, okay, then go get them. But you can't be wrong, because
hasn't AJ Hinch, though, coming in sort of, you see maybe an influence that has made Alavila a better manager over this past year or whatever. And you're right. It's right now it's things we think, not things we know, going into how they're going to spend the money. But there's something that tells me, I think that they're not going to spend it just to spend it, right? Because they got so many guys. Riley Green wins minor league player of the year. You got Torkelson coming up, Dingler. You got, the 3 pitchers we got this year. I'm crossing my fingers that what I've seen manager on the field has the influence off the field. So hopefully they'll make it a good one.
Yeah,
and not spend it just to spend
Yeah,
it.
we can. They're not just cutting checks to everybody.
But if they do want to spend it, I know what they could spend it on.
What?
Maybe the machete?
Cut that check on that machete. Cut that check on
you come and
machete.
see me. It doesn't matter which. 2023. Yes, CoachPortland.com. WSN 20% off. I've been telling you about it for a long time, for all these lights, for you do-it-yourselfers, your first responders. Whatever you need, all you need to do is go to CoachPortland.com to use WSN 20 for 20% off. Tell them Big D Energy sent you. Joique Bell, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty here, Woodward Sports Network.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
On and popping here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. He's Joique Bell. D-Mac, Darren McCarty in the house as well. And there's been some gambling news that I did want to get into. And I was looking at DraftKings, as a matter of fact. They posted the and you see this as the season goes on, right? Totals change, win totals change, they're fluid and all that stuff. On DraftKings right now, the Detroit Lions over-under for season victories is 2.5. And if you want to bet the under, it's a minus 165 favorite.
What?
If you want to bet the over, you get plus money. You get plus 125. So basically they're saying the Lions aren't going to get to 3 wins here this year. And we know, right, because we're living it right now. We see it. We know what the grim reality is. We heard Joique talk about it yesterday.
It's crazy because they shouldn't listen. Yes, they haven't won a game, but there are a lot of there was a few games they were right there for the win. They were right there for the win, and defense has been playing better than what we all expected. They're playing better than what we all expected. So, I'm not disappointed with how they're playing right now, honestly, as an entire team. Now, I said at the beginning of the year that you're not going to see the progress of this team if you just look at the win column. Like, you have to really watch the game and see the mentality that the defense is playing with, see how they're overcoming adversity, losing players, are very thin at certain positions. Guys are out, and they continue to make plays and give the offense an opportunity to make plays to keep them in the game. And offensively, which is going to – we came into the season saying this is going to be our strength. It's our weak link right now.
But I think D-Mac had the same reaction I had to that. Because as I was saying, like, we know because we're living it. But every now and then something comes along and it hits you over the head like a hammer. and you're like, wow, this is how bad it is, because you had that same reaction I had. Like, this is real, folks. Like, there's a look. And again, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they'll go 0-17. But if you look at the business community out there, D-Mac, there ain't any faith whatsoever in the Detroit Lions. And you have a moment of realism, a moment of clarity right now, I think.
Well, no, I mean, it's the one thing is that I remember preseason, right? The Vegas bets were all for the Lions over.
Yeah,
they were all on the limo.
5, 4.5. Yeah,
like 5. No, they had 5.5. I think was the line, so it had to be 6. And now the thing that blows me away, right, Neal, is that the favored money is 2 games maximum.
Right.
I mean, that's telling you that this is how Vegas sees you and stuff like this. Now, I think they're going to win a game, but I mean, the proof's in the pudding. And again, I don't mind it. It's the same thing as we know what we got, and there's not much there. I mean, gosh, you got no receivers. You got, your quarterback isn't committed, as Joique told us yesterday. So it's going to get worse. But I mean, if I was going to bet it just because of the plus money, I'd bet the over. But I'm not confident in it.
Yeah, and that's really the thing, because then you start breaking it down.
4. I had us winning 4. And the thing is,
if you were a bettor, Joique, this is where you double down on, right, Neal? Because this is right in your wheel. If you think they're going to win 4 games, you're getting plus money on this. Oh,
but then you start going through it and saying, where are the wins?
And what we've seen, right?
Based on what we've seen, where are the wins?
Yeah, is that what we
went through it. We did. I mean,
Vikings at home
again, because I do want the 0-17 or whatever it takes to get the first overall draft pick. Because again, my stance, you guys know it. That's the only thing that's saving this franchise right now. Is the draft.
Are we cursed? Because right now, I never believed that Lions were cursed. It's just I believe in God. I don't believe in that. That's hogwash. And you look at it, the Lions is the only team.
Even Joique's about to be broken.
I'm like, man, the first team in NFL history to lose games by a 50-plus yard field goal in the last seconds of the game. First team in NFL history to lose a game on a 66-yard field goal. Then what was the other one? A 54 in the last seconds of the game. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
But again,
what do you do?
It's one of those things that it really just hits you over the head as far as this is how bad it is.
It is, and this is a thing, right? When you're playing football, you're going to have some games where you're not passing well. You're going to have some games where you're not running well, right? But if you're not running well, you can't have a bad day passing. You have to pick and choose. And the Lions has been holding their own in the run game. They've been holding their own. But in the passing game has been very minute, to say the best.
Well, I think the running game's been a
it's our strength.
You know what I mean? It's not a hindrance.
But you can't do it when you're down 30 points.
It's so bad,
but that's
no
the thing,
bailout.
But that's the thing. When you can't pass the ball, D-Mac, what they do is they bring another guy in the box because they know that's your strength, right? And if you have one-on-one coverage out there in the NFL, you used to feel disrespected. It should be not one DB in the NFL that can hold a wide receiver just one-on-one the entire game. It's no way. All right, it's no way. I can get open. Neal, never mind. But
we should go out on the football field, Joique, and see what's what. Man.
I don't play DB, but we can. No. We can.
I'll run that post on you.
You wouldn't get inside.
100%.
No way. I can tell by your body posture now that you'll get up there, you'll take your time. I'll jam you up on the line. You won't get off.
All right, Joique. We gotta go see, man.
Right. You won't get off. I don't want to.
We need to set that one up. Get a video guy out there.
Go out the local
that would be a good
field.
one at a remote.
We got eggs on it.
Running the post route on a Sunday morning, right down at the tin roof.
We got eggs on it.
Ooh.
We'll have to go double or nothing after the Browns beat the Lions.
Okay.
You got ahead of yourself on that one, Joique.
I didn't get ahead of myself. Now, and that's what I'm saying, though. There's one person on the team that can make this team way better than what it is, and that's going to be Jared Goff.
Yeah.
If he doesn't change his mentality, then yes, you guys are going to kick our butts. All right, yeah. and the Browns are going to kick our butts. I know, but if he changes his mentality, stay in there, make the throws that we've seen him make before, it's not like we asked him to do something outside of his norm. Like, you've done it before. We've seen you do that. We've seen you make those passes. We've seen you stay in the pocket, throw the pass, and take the hit. It's just, we don't need you out there making business decisions.
Making business decisions. I like that. We'll get into Pro Football Focus a little bit later on, but Pro Football Talk released their power rankings as well. And just to confirm what we were just talking about, the Lions checking in at 32 now. Worse than the Texans, as a matter of fact. Worse than the Giants.
I mean, for a second, we was up there, 27?
Yeah, when everyone was feeling good.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, it just reinforces everything that we've seen, right? That there's nothing new here. Like, this isn't newsworthy. I'm sure you guys aren't stunned.
Everything I said yesterday, kind of on my take on Jared Goff, is everything that Dan Campbell said on his face when he was doing that press conference. He just said it in a nice way because you want to keep a healthy environment within that facility, which he did the right job. But I can speak freely. But I want to make sure I'm not being disrespectful to Jared Goff, the man, just Jared Goff, the Detroit Lions quarterback. So,
yeah,
I want to make it clear.
I agree. Simo313 says it goes to show you how good that Rams Super Bowl team was that they almost won the Super Bowl with Goff. He was spinning. He spun it in a couple games that year, though.
Yeah, threw for over 4,000.
Yeah,
he was having. He was up there for the MVP that year, I think, too. I mean, he was having a good year.
No, he was, and I always go back to that Chiefs game. He had like 450 yards and he was spinning it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what happened, man.
Is it the confidence? What is it? Because that plays a major role. That plays a major role in your production on the field is your confidence. I remember a head coach was giving this conversation, and I think I watched it on NFL Network, where he said his field goal kicker, missed the field goal. Then he missed another one. Then he missed a third one. And then he came to the sideline, and the coach said, "Man, are you okay?" And he looked the coach right in his face and said, "Coach, I lost my confidence, Coach." He said, "I understand. Have a seat." And next week they cut him. I'm telling you, confidence plays a major role. It plays a major role when you go talk to a girl. A girl know you don't have any confidence, you go talk to her.
100%.
She understands. Like, come on, D-Max. You walk up to a girl,
absolutely,
bro. You dribble, you shoot.
I don't think you and I are the wrong ones because we don't lack confidence.
We don't you dribble, you shoot,
you got
you
that
hope for the
smile
best.
too, though. So I mean, that's a whole. You learned that early on, bro. I ain't seen that.
No. You dribble, you shoot, you hope for the best. But that's the most attractive thing to a person, their confidence. That's the most attractive thing to a football player and having production on the field is their confidence. And then you just have, you know what they say, wherever your mind goes, your body will follow. When you lose your confidence, your body's gonna follow. It's just what it is. It's the name of the game. It's the name of the game.
Lots of reaction on our YouTube chat thread. You can follow along on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. We have those comments going on as the show goes on. Lots of you jumping in as far as the Jared Goff conversation is concerned. Goff was only good. This comes from John Marks. Goff was only good when he had Gurley. If he has a top 3 running game, he is good. If not, he is a backup. Lots of discussion, too, about Sean McVay. It's not there now as well. And, it's funny because with Sean McVay, he has that swag to him, man. He does. Like, dudes buy into him, I think, because of the presentation.
So when Jared Goff started to go downhill, spiral downhill, they were saying, well, is it McVay or is it Goff? Did they figure McVay out? Did they figure Goff out? Which one? Which one is it? And you have Stafford go there, they're 5-1, and then Jared Goff comes here, they haven't won a game. You tell me. Who you think they figured out? And obviously it wasn't McVay. It wasn't his offense. It wasn't his play calling. It wasn't that. I'm just saying.
Oh, Pat Riley says, get Cam Newton. He has confidence. Guys, didn't we go through this yesterday? Come on. As bad as it is, as bad as Goff has played.
We want it bad.
It fits right into the scheme, man. 7
Where's
of
my
34.
sign?
We're getting ready this
Where's
weekend
my 6 of 30
for 7 of 34. That's what we're
This
getting
way?
ready to.
There it is. See, guys, right here.
Yep.
See that?
And that will
6,
change
there you
on
go.
Monday to 7 of 34.
right.
It's all we got.
It's all we got.
I'm sorry, guys, but it is. It's all we got. What about that, though? The DMAC, the coaching thing. You played for maybe the greatest hockey coach of all time.
I did.
Really, how much of it is in pro sports in general? How much of it is coaching? How much of it is
Psychology,
players?
man. It's like you got to know your players. So you got to know, what motivates them. And like you said, I said it all along, is that you treat everybody the same differently, or you don't. You got to know how to motivate different guys. Some guys need a kick in the pants. Some guys need to be cajoled a little bit. It's finding that out. But you got to find out. There's got to be an alpha in any dressing room or somebody that guys stand behind. We had E.F. Hutton, a.k.a. Steve Yzerman, right? Who was a quiet leader, but, we all fell in line. And then that's what Scotty did, is that he knew how to make it if it was us against him or whatever else. But the best thing looking back is how he made us all in and accountable for each other.
Right. Steve R says, I've been up and down all day. Did I miss the I was told quote of the day from Neal Ruhl? Chuck Brewer says, Michigan hasn't been brought up, so not yet. So, Steve, since you're here now, I was told Nick Saban's on notice. I was told that national championships were coming. I'm still looking for them, but I was told they're coming.
I got that 7 years ago.
Coming.
Yeah. Steve, I just want to take care of you, Steve. I'm glad you got done. I'm glad you're tuned in and listening to the show.
Stop hating on the Michigan, man. Oh, my God.
What? How is that, Joey? How is that hating? How?
Huh?
How is it hating? By bringing up what factually happened?
Repeating
or
what
in this
somebody
case,
said.
Yeah, or in this case, repeating what factually has not happened.
Patronizing Coach Harbaugh. He's working. They're undefeated right now. I'm just saying he's working to get there. God, well, MAC wins. MAC games, I guess those count.
Yeah, they would be, what, 3-0 in MAC play? 2-0 MAC play?
2-0.
Hey, man, Ball State pops up every now and then, Bowling Green every now and then.
It's just funny to me. You get like this when you get hungry.
Well, everybody gets like that when they get hungry. But you know what the answer is?
What?
Papa Romano's Pizza. That's what it is for me. You guys need to go to paparomanos.com, get that lunch lined up. And look, if you're looking for some protein here today, you want a heavy hitter for lunch, Papa Romano's has a pizza that's pleased to meet you. You know what I'm saying? It's the Meatza Pizza, pepperoni, ham, Italian sausage, ground beef, bacon, topped with a blend of fresh cheeses that'll get you set up. Have some for lunch. Take some home as well. Fire that in the stove, warm it back up. I'm a big fan of the reheated pizza in the stove. So you can get 2 meals in one, actually. If you're not feeling the Meatza Pizza today, they got you with the salads. They got you with the sandwiches, the wings, anything else that you want. I'm a big Caesar salad person as well. But I would roll with the slice of the Meatza Pizza today. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Go to paparomanos.com. Order lunch for the whole office. Go squad deep to paparomanos.com.
Big D.
Fellas, football season is here. It's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device. Moving towards hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, DMAC, Darren McCarty in the house as well. And I mentioned some gambling aspects there where we talked about the Lions and their over-under total now in Vegas standing at 2.5, and the under is minus 165. So not expecting a whole heck of a lot from the Detroit Lions, and I don't think really many of us are. But I certainly wasn't expecting this because I saw this come across yesterday on social media, and I think it bears a mention here. The state of New Jersey became the first U.S. state to take in $1 billion in bets in a single month. $1 billion in that little state of New Jersey. $1 billion taken
Tony
in.
Soprano's not around anymore,
and he's not around.
He's not in charge of that.
And just to give you guys some context on that, in the first full month that mobile betting was legal in New Jersey back in July of 2018, they took in $40 million in total bets. This last month, it was over $1 billion. 92% of those bets were done for mobile devices. Joique, people are getting down, man.
I don't know anything about betting. I don't bet. I?
He's a crypto man.
You know what? I guess that is betting, though. I guess that is betting.
It's
commodities,
sort of
right?
gambling.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Time-based commodities.
Yeah, I guess I am betting. I guess I am betting.
No.
I'm a betting man. But you know what though? You guys were supposed to be teaching that, betting 101.
I think we've been making some good progress on that.
Only thing that I know right now is the over/under, in the parlays. That's what I know.
We're getting you there.
I know the parlays.
You got the basic understanding of the
Baby
point spread
steps,
down,
baby,
I think,
baby
right?
steps.
Okay. I do got the point spread with the 2.5, the hook.
The hook, yeah.
The
You know the hook.
I
See,
know the
Joique?
hook. Okay. All right. Look.
We do it brick by brick. You don't notice the total outcome. But look at you, man. You're growing up and you're growing up. I love it.
A little bit.
I love it.
You
But
got you're corralling an arsenal over there.
yeah. But DMAC, $1 billion in a month.
That's a big number.
You and I
The
talked
B's
about
are a
this,
big
though.
number.
We talked about this. This is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to become more and more. People want to get down, man. If you can figure out a way to get your piece of it, which the states are, good for you.
Well, that's it. It just goes to show you that the people have spoken, and that's what they want. So, sometimes $1 billion doesn't really hit you, but then just go to 999 million. Right, because it's more than that, but that seems like a lot. You know what I mean? 999 million. It's like, oh my gosh, but you're dealing, and that's in a month, bro.
I know.
That's in a month.
And it breaks down that $34 million in the state of New Jersey is being bet every day.
You said how much?
$34 million.
How are the roads?
I bet they're pristine.
They should
be.
Well,
they are everywhere but here. I always talk about that. The second that you cross into Ohio.
Well, we know that. You got to dock it down to 65, and
those are the two realities. You got to drop it down to 65, and don't go 68.
No. Now
you got to drop it down to 65,
tag.
and the road's going to be nice.
And listen, and don't get pulled over, because you know what they're doing? They're not writing you a ticket. They're taking you to jail. They're making you pay your ticket right there on the spot.
Right, yeah, pay it mobily.
You have to pay it right there on the spot.
Yeah.
And the officer takes your credit card. And the reason they started doing that, because they pulled me over, it was like the cop was across the street driving this way on the highway. I was going this way on the highway. He jumped in the median, not the turn, but he went through the grass, came up behind me and pulled me over and said, listen, you can either, pay the ticket, right here, right now, or I'll have to take you in. I said, wait, what? Take me in for what? You say, yeah, because usually you get people tickets here, they don't pay them, and they just never come into Ohio. I guess Ohio isn't a desired spot to go to, because I had never heard of that before.
I'm jealous of their roads, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Juice's Goat says the best part of Ohio is driving through it, and I would agree, because the roads are smooth. I am so jealous of their roads, man. Yeah. Every time I go through there.
It's not a lot of people driving on them, probably.
They got big cities, Cleveland and Columbus and Cincinnati. I don't want to hear that. You know what it is? The toll roads.
Yeah, they are toll roads.
They're toll roads, and that's the way it is. That's what we need to do. Like, I've had enough, man. I've had enough.
What about the inner city? You got
north
toll roads
of 75 north of Saginaw, all the way up to the UP.
What about in the cities, though? In the inner cities, though? Those are the worst roads.
Right. Well, that's a whole nother discussion too, Joique. That's a whole nother discussion for a different station, but that is true too.
Just saying.
When you roll through down to Keyworth to Hamtramck, you go through, go down Mound by 6 Mile. It's like driving on the surface of the
everywhere
moon.
From downriver all the way to
yeah.
It is.
They just fixed Jefferson.
Crater.
I commend them on that. They just fixed Jefferson.
Oh yeah, what communities does Jefferson go through?
It goes through all of them, doesn't it?
Right, but where's it especially nice at, Joique?
Oh, Grosse Pointe.
Yeah, that's weird. Huh?
But it stopped. But they didn't do anything in Grosse Pointe. They stopped it probably a quarter of a mile before it got to Grosse Pointe. So it was only in Detroit.
Yeah. What is it? I know that we'll get and people try to make it political and stuff like that. I don't care how they get fixed. Just fix them, man. Like Steve R says, toll roads are the biggest crime ever made. All I know is the states I go through that have toll roads.
Hey,
have nice roads.
Have nice roads, and what do they say? They they create jobs because the people there taking money, bringing in millions of dollars a day. And they probably spending $2,000 a day on workers.
Yeah, right. Major League Baseball last night, the Dodgers were dead. They were dead in the water, and they come back to win. Cody Bellinger hits a 3-run home run to tie the game. Mookie Betts comes through with an RBI double to win. And D-Mac, the Dodgers were
Done.
dead. It was over. Bottom of the 8th inning, they were going to go down 3-0. It was a wrap. But Atlanta win Atlanta, like teams in Atlanta always do.
It seems to that, and after coming back in Game 2 the other night with Atlanta and coming out 2-0, this was a huge game for them. But dead to rights, and then I mentioned it because Cody Bellinger. I mentioned it the other day. He had a big home run after struggling during the regular season. But what a moment! Like in that ballpark, that's as big a home run. Not as big because of the moment, but like Kirk Gibson's. Back in the day for the moment, because they go down 3-0 there. That's tough to come back. But more importantly, Mookie Betts, who came up after and hit the game-winning double or whatever. This guy is just an absolute ball player. And you and I mentioned 2 players, right? 2 players that if you had to do something, get a hit, whatever.
Find a way on base.
Find a way on base. Mookie Betts is 1A, and Jose Altuve is 1B.
Jose Altuve, man. And they did it too. Again, the Astros were dead in that game. Jose Altuve brought them back to life, and then the floodgates open.
That's their MO, though, right?
That's how they work.
That's how they work. They get big. They make big plays when they have to.
Yeah. And
that's experience to know in the moment, right? The moment's not too big for anyone, and you got to embrace the moment and go about it. So both Bellinger, both Altuve, and then the way that how many times do you see it where you got your Nathan Eovaldi, who's their ace, comes out of the bullpen in the 8th because they're trying to win the game and he gets lit up. So I know it's the off day, and it wasn't like he threw bad pitches or whatever. It's just that's baseball. You got to watch to the end, and you see these October moments.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Astros, they played in 5 consecutive ALCSs. I don't know that people realize that. Like, cheating, not cheating, however you want to slice it up, they're a good team, period, end of story.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Whether it's Dusty Baker managing or A.J. Hinch, you see what they're – and it's the core. And whatever you want to say about that core, but the Correas and the Altuves and the Bregmans and the Gurriels, and, they just get it done. Winning's winning.
Yeah, so, and there's a lot of talk about the roads, as you might imagine. That always gets people stirred up. Chuck Brewer says it's not a political issue when both parties are guilty of the road issues, and that's, again, I don't care. Figure it out. I'm not paid to figure it out. If I were the one paid to figure it out, I would figure it out. Like that's because that's what I would do. I would do the job.
Okay, I'm telling you right now, we're paying enough in taxes.
Juice's Ghost says our roads will never be good. And Juice, I'm with you. I'm starting to get that feeling too, because the same roads I go over. Again, you go down on Mound in Detroit, you cross over 8 Mile and work your way down 7 Mile, 6 Mile. Joique, it is the surface of the moon over there. Like you gotta drive right off a Mound and right into the suspension shop to get your car fixed. Like that's the way that it is.
You think they're in cahoots with auto parts? Collusion? Keep the roads bad.
No, I don't even know.
At this point.
I don't even know. But, what are you going to do? But, the orange barrels are out, and I understand that. But here's my thing.
They stay out.
Well, here's my thing with it.
They've been out for years.
You go, and Mound Road is another example, right? Like 13 Mile to 16 Mile. I live on the east side.
You see on 75 where they redid the whole highway, redid the bridges, and they had to tear it back down because the company put up the wrong concrete. They put up the wrong, so they had to tear it back down and shut it back down again and start over. I'm saying, oh, God, it's never going to get done.
Well, here's my other thing, right? So 75 is another example. Like they're working on it around Royal Oak, around the 11 Mile, 12 Mile area. Just keep going forever until it's all fixed, all the way down to the border. And then turn around and keep going up the other way. Forever. Am I crazy with that? Like they stop and then it's bad again.
That's my exit. They just took 11 Mile out there just to make my life a little bit harder. But
just keep going because it's bad everywhere.
It is.
It is. 16 Mile, 15 Mile, 14 Mile. Just keep going all the way to Lake St. Clair and then go all the way out the other way. Always have it done. Like I don't understand what the problem is with doing that.
Money, money, money.
I never will, guys. I'll never understand.
It's money, I'm telling you.
When we come back, I'm putting Joique on the spot. I know that we've been talking all doom and gloom and 32nd in the power rankings. I want Joique to give me the how. How can the Lions do this on Sunday? And again, Joique, I'm not letting you skate with don't turn the ball over, run the ball well, and force turnover. No, I want the how. I want the X's and O's of how they're going to do it, Joique. We'll discuss that when we come back. Big D energy right here on Woodward Sports Network. And remember, Woodward Sports Network has you covered on the Lions pregame shows, and we'll be out there live from O'Toole's in Royal Oak before the Lions and Ram game from 2 to 4. Braylon Edwards, Ryan Armani, Maz, and Jade from WRIF. It'll be simulcast on 101.1 WRIF as well. Make sure you make your way out to O'Toole's in Royal Oak. You can win great Woodward Sports prizes and more. And don't forget about the post game as well. Stick and Anson will be at the Brass Rail in downtown Detroit. Join Woodward Sports and Jim Beam live at the 2-minute warning of every Lions game. You can come out there, join in the after party, a VIP area for Woodward Sports fans. There'll be pizza out there and more. The official post game. Pull up on Woodward Sports. We got you covered. The official post game for Detroit football is at the Brass Rail.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, second hour of the show. Remember, Woodward Sports has you covered for the very best high school football games in Metro Detroit. Join Woodward Sports and the prep for the Friday night clash. Friday night at 9 p.m. on our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We have another good matchup for you. Detroit Martin Luther King versus Moeller out of Cincinnati. I enjoy these games, Joique. The high school games, the good teams from Cincinnati or Ohio come up. You get a feel for who's who, because Moeller's a powerhouse too. Great talk, Joique. Thank you very much for your contribution on that.
I was waiting for Art to bring the camera on me.
The camera on you. It's
you
on
did?
you right now.
Oh, okay. No. Okay.
Dynamite drop in.
Good job, Art. Good job, Art.
You were looking at your phone, Joique.
They'll have the halftime kick to win $10,000. Again, that's Detroit Martin Luther King versus Moeller out of Cincinnati this Friday at 9 p.m. The Woodward Sports YouTube, Facebook,
But you know what these type
Twitter.
of games do, though? So you know what these games do? So when you have another school come from another state and they come to your state to play, it's like you prepare for every game similar, but when you play a team that's not from your state,
it hits different.
It hits different because now it's the mindset of our state's better than yours. You're not better than us in football.
You put on for the state.
Yeah, so you put on for the state. I remember in high school we had to play a school from Illinois that was out of Chicago, and so when they came up here to play us, it was like a different mentality. Like Chicago always they try to little dog us, so we got some athletes here too, and so it was a good game. It was a good game. Now they didn't keep score; it was like more of a scrimmage, but yeah, we gave it to them though. It was a good game. But like these are the type of games you want to see. These are the type of games you want to have scouts at, because obviously if you bring two powerhouse schools together, obviously you're going to have some great talent out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a good one. You make sure that you check that one out. I did want to shout out, too, the Oakland University men's soccer team went into Louisville yesterday and beat Louisville out of the ACC 2-1. So shout out to my guy Eric Pogue, Oakland soccer team. There may be an MLS draft pick on that team in Dylan Borchek. So we'll see. Yeah, they're getting it popping right now. The women's side as well, undefeated in their last 8. And they're playing Milwaukee on Saturday. I'll have that for you on ESPN Plus, by the way, on 4 o'clock. So, Grizzly soccer's popping
I'm
up.
going to tell you right now, you're Oakland through and through.
Yeah,
you Oakland through and through. I like it.
I worked there, went there. Yeah. Absolutely. But Joique, speaking of the Golden Grizzlies winning that game as an underdog, certainly the Lions are going into this game as an underdog against the Rams, a 15 to 15.5 point favorite, depending on where you shop, and no one's giving them any kind of chance whatsoever, and probably justifiably so, because you heard us talking about how in Vegas now their win total's down to 2.5. Joique, give me the how. I mean, and again, not just don't turn the ball over, create turnovers, run the football. Give me the how. Like, break it down for me. How could they do this? Make a case. Sell me this pen, Joique. Sell me this pen.
If you want me to...
You're
Are we being honest? No, that's just the thing, though, because you want me to be honest, or you want me to just sit here and...
No, make a case. Like
they don't have a shot.
No, right, I know that. I know that.
So
but if they did,
what would
it look like?
Frank Randolph would have to be 100%. Panay Sewell would have to be 100%. Taylor Decker would have to be 100%. Our defense had to play. I mean, we don't have the defensive players. We can't even run the ball against this defense right here. I mean, you got Aaron Donald. We got a supporting cast, Sebastian Joseph Dave. You got Ashawn Robinson. Like, these guys are...
Joique, you're not selling me this pen.
I'm not selling you this pen because what they say, I'm not a car salesman. I'm not a car salesman. I'm going to tell you the truth here. I'm going to tell you the truth. And honestly, sitting here, right now, we don't have a shot. We don't. You know, you have a quarterback that's not buying into the system. He doesn't have the confidence. He's not making the passes. He doesn't have his team behind him. Right now, the players out there playing right now, they're playing for the coach. They're not playing for their quarterback. And that's our issue. This is a player's game. This is a player's game. And when you have a defense going out there playing beyond their means, and you keeping them out there on the field for 36 minutes out the game, and the offense is only out there for 24 minutes, and it's they score on you, you come down, you get an interception, you get a turnover, they go down, you throw a pick, you hold them again, they go down again, they fourth down, he doesn't want to say they take the hit to make the throw. Where do they have the confidence to think they can go into this game and win? Now, until I see changes out of Jared Goff, I cannot make a case for the Lions winning the game. And that's why Vegas took them as being the lowest at 2.5.
Yeah.
At 2.5. I can't make a case for them. I can't, because if they can't run the ball, what can they do?
The best point you made there is glaring, is that these players play for the coach, not their quarterback, which is a problem. You know, you can play for both, but you know what I mean. In the back, playing for your coach, but you got to play for the guys on the field, and the quarterback's got to lead you. So, unless Jared Goff comes out with Herculean William Wallace performance, and everybody stands up and plays the greatest game of their lives, Matthew Stafford chokes under pressure, Cooper Kupp pretends he's Eric Ebron. Jalen Ramsey falls down, trips over his shoelaces, and Ndamukong Suh's not invested. Unfortunately, this game, like I said, in the back of Matthew Stafford's mind, his teammates, when you go up against them, they're going to want to win. So I expect, especially early. And what was it, 2 weeks ago? Was it the Texans and the Bills? Texans got shut out, and it was like 41-0 or whatever.
Right.
Like it has. If this game went that way, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be more surprised if they can how long they can keep it close.
Yeah, honestly, and I'm not even mad. Well, that was our worst butt whooping on score, like as far as the scoreboard. But if you look at that game, our defense.
Oh, they held good things we can take out of it.
Everything you had. Everything they had.
They gave
that's what I'm saying, is you could take things out of it, and that's the whole thing. Yeah. Now, when the defense, right, because they're just shaking their heads too, so they got to want to play for your quarterback, right? Your defense has to have that confidence. Like back in 2015, your defense, the Sioux, the Levy, these guys, they believed in Matt Stafford, right?
They believed in Matt
Stafford. And then also to the coach. And you could tell by the way they play.
You know what it was? And yes, they believed in them, but they also saw the whole team. Like, we believed in each other. It's different. It was a different type of ordeal. We all played, like we always played for Stafford, but like we said, we played for Coach Caldwell as well.
Absolutely.
But it was like a thing where even Calvin said, like, he thought he had an opportunity to win that year. We did. And it wasn't just because of Matthew Stafford; it was because of everyone. But Matthew Stafford was the key, one of the key players to our success.
You know what's interesting though to me is this Lions-Ram game isn't even the largest point spread this week in the NFL, if you can believe that. Arizona is giving Houston 18 points to 18.5 points, depending on where you shop there. There are some large point spreads this week. It's not shaping up, at least on paper, to be a very good weekend of NFL football, D-Mac. You get these weeks every now and then, though, when the teams are on the buys.
If you got some Rams or you got some Cardinals on your fantasy team, it's a good week, isn't it?
Well, see, I don't know, because if you have the quarterbacks and they're up 21-0, they're not throwing the ball anymore. If you have the receivers, they're not catching the ball anymore. I always think that's a trap people fall into with the fantasy stuff. Is play. I don't think you want to be playing the Texans or the Lions, because you're going to get some, you're going to get some love, but again, you want those games that are 31-24 and 38-31. Like you need two capable teams. Shootouts. So that's the thing. Like I think that's a trap that people fall into, because really, what's Stafford's ceiling for that game? If it goes the way Joique says and the Rams blow them out of the building, you figure they're up 28-0. Say if they run two of those in.
He's going to throw 4.
Yeah, I mean, but, say they run 2 of those in, you're not getting any more.
Yeah, but I take that the just is a little bit different. These two teams that got to prove this. So I don't see Arizona holding the candle with 18-21 until they're up 30. You know what I mean? Like these are something that both teams, I think, have something to prove. So in this case, I don't think it'll play out that much. I think there's a lot of points being put on the board.
In our YouTube chat thread, we're getting a lot of food poisoning resets, and Tanya Harding is making a lot of appearances in the YouTube chat thread as well. I'll let you fill in the rest as far as that goes. But I'm
just saying, because right now, let's look at it. Right, let's look at it. You're taking what we thought was going to be our strength of our team, our offense. Being ranked 26 in the NFL right now? Are we 26? I think we're 26 right now in the NFL as far as our offense. And defensively, we're actually ranked higher than our offense, right? And so you're going into a game where you're playing against a top 10 team on offense, and defensively, they're still in the middle of the pack. But offensively, we haven't been doing anything. Like, how are we going to attack them? We won't be able to run the ball. We won't be able to run the ball. If we could run the ball against the Bengals.
It's gloomy talking to you right now. like for real, man.
I'm being honest, man. And the thing is this, man. I waited because I waited. I gave it time. I never gave these takes on it because I was trying to give us time to see what we were. And this is week 6, and I haven't seen anything that made me change my mind otherwise. Aside from my defense and how they're playing, giving everything they have out there on the field, and they, if their offense gave them a little bit, just a little bit more, they might be ranked even higher than that. They might be in the middle of the pack when it comes to being one of the best defenses in the NFL right now. But we're not getting that. We're not.
Yeah, Juice says you want the come from behind 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, aka as I like to call that, the Dak Prescott special, where he's just tossing the ball all fourth quarter. No, I'm saying he's talking about from your fantasy perspective.
No.
Chuck says, "Wow, the Kansas City Tennessee game might be the best game of the weekend." Ouch! I'm just saying that was the impression I got from looking across the board as far as the NFL schedule lines up this week. It's grim.
And speaking of Dak, they have the number 1 offense in the league.
I was told that Cowboy fans can get their Super Bowl tickets. I mean, I was told that by Michael Irvin on ESPN. That's my big problem with the Cowboys winning. And let's be real. If you break it down, football's better when the Cowboys are good. They are. I mean, just from from the vibe perspective, the national perspective, all of it. NFL football. The NFL's better when the Cowboys are winning, but I can't stomach it because, again, Michael, get your Super Bowl ticket. Like, pump the brakes, guys. The Cowboys are another one. They haven't been relevant in a long time, man. They haven't been.
As far as going to playoffs?
Yeah.
What's a long time?
But 8 years? The game against you guys that they stole against you?
But the irony of that game?
They got the same thing happen to them the next week. In Green Bay.
Yes, that's the irony. But the irony is, so
that was the only time in my life I rooted for Aaron Rodgers, by the way.
So the irony is this: they beat us right off that call, right, and then they go and they lose off something similar. But you know what made that play call so similar? I mean, so ironic, because they lost off the Calvin Johnson rule, right?
Right.
And so that was an irony. That was the football guy saying, "No, you guys."
I loved it.
Yeah,
Man.
Karma's
God,
real.
I loved it.
Karma's real.
the
You know what
irony,
else is
boy.
real? You know what? And ladies, I got to take a time to speak to the gentleman here because, guys, we have to be honest. We like simple stuff like football 5 days a week, which will be actually Baker Mayfield's out tomorrow. Case Keenum is in for the Browns, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. What we're talking about now is things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's haircuts for men. You walk in, you sign in, you sit down, and before you know it, you're handsome and clean. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Big D.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Coming on the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, Fish is in the bowl. Art is in the booth as well. Appreciate all you guys interacting with the show. Also, I love these debates because these were built for this line of work. And, PFF put out a tweet, and I'll talk about them coming up in the next segment. They said, which running back
that was tough one.
are you taking in your prime? And Joique, the whole floor is open. They highlighted some of them. Derrick Henry, AP, LaDainian Tomlinson, Jamal Charles, Chris Johnson, Marshawn Lynch, Barry Sanders, or other. And look, I know what's going to win this room and this chat thread and everything like that. It's going to be Barry Sanders.
Yeah. I mean, but it's Barry because the reason I say it's Barry because Barry running style will have been effective in any era of football.
Right.
You look at any era of football, Barry Sanders would have been elite, right? My number two, when I played, they would ask who was my favorite running back. Marshawn Lynch was my favorite running back because he became that when I saw what we call the run in person, all right? That was my first game on the Saints. I was on the sideline. I didn't dress. I was inactive, and I saw it in person. It was like me watching a video game and watching a creative player. But as of right now, the guy I would have to put before him would probably be Derrick Henry in his prime.
Yep.
I have to put Derrick Henry number 2. A similar, and then right there you argue about AP and Marshawn being number 3, and they both are deserving of being number 3. But I'm gonna just go with Marshawn because I play with him and I've seen him in person play, and he just seems he has more of that. He puts the fear in defenders more so than say an AP. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes, what I've seen. And then I'll put AP next, and I'll put LT, and then Jamal Charles, and then who else was on there? What was the other?
Chris Johnson was on there.
And
then
I'll put Chris Johnson before Jamal Charles.
Well, he was like the original speed guy, like speed and size guy. I think he was like the first.
But Jamal was a monster too. But people don't realize that he was a monster too
because he caught passes and he played in that Kansas City offense, and he was so versatile.
He was versatile. He was a monster. Just wish he could have stayed healthy. But I'll put Chris Johnson, and then I'll put Jamal though.
See, I think I'd take Derrick Henry number 1, even over Barry, just for the type of team that I would like to build. Right, where he's a true running back, power running back, short yardage guy, don't have to worry about it, right? Where Barry's, I get it, but I mean, as far as what he's done, the durability and what he's proved in how he can transcend, because I believe he could have played back in that era too. Now, they're different guys. It's depending on what you want. Do you want the remote control joystick out of the back and Barry Sanders, or do you want the straightforward power, physical, like you said, Derrick Henry, Marshawn Lynch? It's a similar, but seeing like the other day,
we talk about
when a running back, and I know Barry had that, but at his size, Derrick Henry pull away from defense means that he can run in the open field as well as smash it up front. He's so tough to bring down. So I mean, I and it's probably because I haven't seen Barry play in 20 years. right? Which is fair, but going off the top for a strict running back to have on your roster, now it limits you, right? Because he's doesn't receive the ball as much out of the backfield. It doesn't, but I would look to build my team differently. I want specifically, but I'm also a guy that's going to carry a fullback. Right, I want that smash mouth. So
man, your team's boring to watch, D-Man.
Hey, do you not? Does it not fit me in the pits?
It does.
I want that smash mouth game. I don't care. I'll have a guy that can throw it over the top and a guy that can burn you over the top. But you know what? We're coming to punch you in the face.
But we talk about durability. And let's talk about it. Barry Sanders is one of 2 running backs in NFL history to play in 10-plus seasons and had over 1,000 yards in every season and put up 2,000 yards in another season. Hasn't been done. And he's the only player to put up 2,000 yards in the season that had put up 1,000 yards in every year. It's never been done. And then you got to think he was number 3 all time until Frank Gore just broke it. And he did all of that in 10 years. What took them 14, 15 years to go break the record and do.
No, I get it. I was just trying to sell Neal that pen.
Sell me.
Sell me
this pen.
That argument on Derrick Henry is way easier than the Lions winning Sunday, right, Joy? I mean, at least we
get an easier sell.
You're totally right. As a better way, I'm not going to put them in a better, but I'm just thinking. I was trying to think argumentatively the way that I have a boring team. I like Iowa. I like that smash mouth. I want to punch you in the mouth.
Yeah. The bottom line for me is you hear guys talk about Barry Sanders, and I'm talking about dudes and the Reggie Whites and all those guys, like the greats of the era, would be terrified of him getting the football.
No, this is what it is right here. People fear Barry Sanders probably more than they fear Derrick Henry.
I agree.
Right. Because he can embarrass you.
He'll embarrass you.
Where Henry's supposed to run you over or something like physically. But guys are more to get their ankle broke or with the foot. Guys are more worried about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they I'm gonna tell you this. If you're a safety and you see a running back running at you full speed, like between Derrick Henry and Barry Sanders, all right, Derrick might put a little bit more fear in you because you know he can run through you, right? All right, and so that's when you have the big man tackle. You got to tackle him from the side and do the roll. You got a big man tackle him. Tackle, wrap, and roll. With Barry, you don't know what to do because he can come at you, come at full head of steam and run through you because he can run through some people too. He can run through people too.
That man leg pressed over 2,000 pounds, by the way.
You said what?
He leg pressed over 2,000 pounds.
I'm gonna tell you this. So you remember Kevin Glover?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm doing an internship for the 80s office at University of Maryland, and Kevin Glover is one of the guys. He works in the 80s office. So I'm working in the 80s office for this NFL program, and when I'm interning there, I would go in this office. We would sit down, we'd just talk football. We'd sit down, we'd just talk. He would give me stories about Barry that not a lot of people knew, and so they'll play on Sunday, and then they'll go in on Monday. And he said him and a couple of guys are going on Monday. They'll do the cold tub, hot tub, whatever they have to do, and on the way out, they got to walk past the weight room, and as they're walking out, all they hear is weights in the weight room. They say, who's in here lifting day after the game? And they go in there, and it's Barry in there, and he has 6 45-pound plates on both sides of the squat bar, right? And he's in there squatting with no spotter. They walk in there, they say, hey, you need a spot real quick? Barry said, no, I got it, guys. Get on out here.
That's just 600.
So they said, they said, all right, we'll have a good one. And they said they walked out and stuck around the corner, and they went back, and they was kind of peeping to see what he was doing, and he was doing 10 sets of 6. I mean, he was doing 10 sets. He was doing 4 sets of 10 with 600 and whatever 600 plus pounds.
640.
No spotter, no nothing, and getting low. You know what I'm saying? Getting like butt to the grass, like getting low with it. And after every game, and they said they had never seen that before, and he was a young player because Kevin Glover was a little bit older than Barry. And so he said he came in as a young player doing that. And so we have legs like that, tree trunks. People don't realize how strong Barry really was.
Yeah, you had NFL linebackers saying, quote, Barry's somebody you hope you tackle. I mean, they said that about another man. And one funky Lions fan brings up the story. It's always my secondary story when I'm out of town and we get to talking about the Lions or whatever. And I always have to bring up the fact, well, we had Barry Sanders because that's all you have to go back to. And I always give this example. He tore a man's ACL without touching him. He did that to Rod Woodson.
Yeah, but he made him a Hall of Famer.
Well, I think Woodson made himself a Hall of Famer.
Well, that's what I mean, but went to safety. But yeah. No,
I mean, he tore a man's ACL without touching him. I know that clip's on YouTube somewhere. I mean, it was incredible. If you ever get a chance, go look at it. He tore a Hall of Famer's ACL without touching him.
Well, I remember the run, when he set the record against the Jets and just, like side. And with Barry, it was once you could see him, once you saw him see the hole, he was gone, right? It's not like, oh, I wonder if he's going to hit the hole. It's like if you saw the hole, he'd seen it way before you, and then he just scurried through it, and then he's gone.
And that's the funny part. When you first get the ball initially, you can see the hole right there, but you can't go there right now. Right, because if you go there now, you're gonna give the linebackers the opportunity to kind of scrape back over the top and make the tackle. You want them to get washed in to the offensive line. You want the play to what we say is develop. You want the play to develop,
block in, block out.
Right, you're right. And so you go here first and you see it, and then at the very last second you hit that hole. Right. If you look at Derrick Henry on a long run, you see him. He's waiting, and then he sees the block. He sees the blocker in front of him. He gives this guy, kind of runs it to him, stiffs arm him, and then once he it's like a cannonball. He shoots out and goes for the 76.
There's always that one where it looks when the running back breaks it, but it looks like, how did he get through that little spot? Like there's that little everything
crease
goes down, and then when he gets through it, it's almost like a shot out of a jet.
It's that small little crease, and we call it stand skinny off the block. But look at Barry, man.
Here's the play.
Oh yeah.
This
Rod Woodson, this poor soul, and it's just a little screen pass.
Then 12 personnel.
Yeah, Mitchell pitches it to him. Down. They show us a wide angle slow mo of it too. After this, that man has a family that he did that to, and now they're back from commercial. Here you go, skirt.
Right there, he knew what it was. He knew what it was. That's tough. And and that was back in the day. Like when you blew your knee out, you're done. It wasn't like now.
And like that play, Joique, when you see it in slow motion, we know which way he's going because we just saw the play 3 times. Yeah. But when you see it in slow motion, you still can't tell which way he's going to go. Even in slow motion, you can't tell.
Center of gravity is crazy.
Man, it is unbelievable, dude.
The center of gravity is crazy.
And that's the kind of thing why he'll always be the greatest to me, man, is he does that right there.
Doesn't get a hand on him.
All right, I'll take Barry first.
Yeah. Well,
Lost me for a minute.
Hey, I sold you this pen.
Yes.
I sold you this pen.
Your best opportunity to tackle Barry is if he doesn't see you coming.
Right. And I know a lot of the things, and people were talking about this in the YouTube chat thread. The thing for me with Barry is once he got the first down, and this is a positive to me. I know that this isn't popular or anything like that. If he were along the sideline and he got the first down, step out of bounds. Lower, you already have the first down. You lower your shoulder to get an extra 1.5 yards or 2 yards. You already have. The key is already having the first down. Yeah. Save yourself mileage on that. I know that goes against the fabric of your being, Joique, but
no, I'm not doing that.
I know you're not.
Unless it's like
space so he can hit somebody else.
Unless it's game management, If it's saving the clock because we have to get in, then I'm gonna run out of bounds. Or if it's, I remember I ran out of bounds at the Vikings. I remember I was playing on one leg. I swear I had that chronic tendonitis in my left knee, and so I ran out of bounds and I ran over some guy because I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. But if I'm running down the sideline and it's 1-on-1, you got to feel it. You got to feel it. But I think that game was cold. When it's cold outside, it's like you can feel every ache in your bone.
No, you can, but we can agree that Barry Sanders left a legacy. And when you watch the games, you're bombarded by insurance ads promising to save you money. And if you really want to save money, you need to talk to our people at Legacy Partners Insurance. And guys, look, this is the key here. They'll shop your insurance needs to 7 to 10 different carriers. And in today's day and age, they do the work for you. And if you're like me, great. Have them do the work for you. And they're going to get you the best price. And the bottom line with your insurance needs, let's face it, coverage and price. Those are the two big factors, and they got your back. And what you got to do, you got to get a quote. Get your insurance needs quoted out with Legacy Partners Insurance. Call them at 586-209-4106. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. And do it. You know what you can do? You can do an insurance checkup. Lob them off a call. Have them get you a quote. See if they can save you some money. I've done this with refinancing mortgages. Done this with insurance myself. That is the key. See what your options are. There's no obligation in any of that kind of stuff. See what's out there for you. Maybe you're in the best plan right now for you, but maybe you're not. Take a look with Legacy Partners Insurance. Just for getting that quote, they'll put you in a drawing for a $50 gift card. So give them a call or go to LegacyPartnersINS.com. That's LegacyPartnersINS.com/Woodward. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. Get that quote, folks. Save some money. If there's some money out there for the taking, take it. Do the right thing. Go to LegacyPartnersINS.com/Woodward today.
Big D. Papa Romano's has a pizza that is pleased to meet you. The Mizza Pizza is a sizzling deal and fully loaded with pepperoni, ham, Italian sausage, ground beef, and bacon. Get a large Mizza Pizza for $16.99 at paparomanos.com.
You know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Has your PPP loan run out? Has your SBA loan run out? Well, start a career in the industry that's always essential, the heating and cooling industry. To learn more today, go to northwesterntech.edu. I'm Joique Bell, this Neal Ruhl. D-Mac, and this is Big D Energy. I like this.
Back at it here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, Darren McCarty coming down the stretch. Fish is in the bowl. Art is in the booth as well. And I do want to address something that is taking football by storm, especially football social media. And I know a lot of you love it, and that's cool. And I'm not here to tell people what to do. But Pro Football Focus released their highest graded offensive rookies. And it was Mac Jones, who plays for, it's never going to be Daniel Jones, we know that. Mac Jones plays for the Patriots. Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback for the Jaguars who got the win, and Penei Sewell, the highest graded out, which to me, and Joique Bell is making the rounds on social media yesterday and into today for his take on Jared Goff. We broke down two plays from Jared Goff and from that Lions game. And again, I will qualify this. Please hear me when I say this. Penei Sewell, I believe in very much. Penei Sewell, I hope / expects gets fitted for a gold jacket when it's all said and done. Penei Sewell, I was excited when he was available for the Lions to draft.
Was?
Period.
Yeah.
Stop. Penei Sewell struggled in both the plays that we broke down, and that's to be expected. That is to be expected. I understand that. That's going to happen. I'm cool with that.
Stop, because to that point, in the second clip we broke down, when Goff fourth down threw it out, should have thrown to Swift, he would have got called for a hold. But Joique pointed out that if he would have read Swift off the bat, then the play is so. So to me, it goes. Is there a happy medium between what Pro Football's saying and what the eye test is? Because to me, I don't always see it. That's why it's great to hear from Joique saying, "Well, on this play." If he would have got it out, then there's no hold. Because a lot of times I think that the linemen do a better job, but they get hung out to dry on certain things.
Can we bring that clip up real quick? All right, if we still have it up.
Chuck says was a holding call because he had to overreact to Goff not stepping into the pocket. Well,
exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly. No, that's what it is.
I know, but whatever though.
But what I'm saying, so let's call it
what it is.
How it is. So is he playing better, even though he's made mistakes and he's given up sacks or whatever? But is his play better that they see? Like, is there something to take from this? Because I don't think it's all his fault of the bad stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I'm not saying that, but I think that we can all agree that Penei Sewell, and again, I want this to sound correct. Penei Sewell is regressed a bad word or taking a step back?
Both things can be true.
No, playing hurt.
Playing hurt. Okay, fair. That's fine. Which is factually correct. That's what we know. He is playing hurt.
Yeah.
Can we agree that Penei Sewell has not been as effective in the last 3 weeks as he was before?
We'll say that. We'll say that
he's not been as effective.
He's not been as effective, but he has been effective.
Sure.
Right. But, you can see the difference between him playing against in week 1 against the 49ers versus playing now. Like, we see the difference. But and off of what we saw that first week, we know what he's capable of. And so now if he's playing like that, it's not because he doesn't want to be out there. It's because he's playing hurt, and he could be on the sideline.
Sure.
And I can't go. But he has that dog in him, and that's all I want to see is effort. And he's not out there dog walking. He's out there giving his all every single play.
Right. And this isn't a criticism of Penei Sewell. I'm not here to criticize him.
Give him my take.
I'm saying that this whole pro football focus thing, and we can go back to the Michigan-Nebraska game, and I know that this is going to be a compromised take, but again, we can go back to the Michigan. Pro Football Focus had Aiden Hutchinson rated as the best defensive player of the week in the nation that week against Nebraska. I exclusively watched him play every play in the second half because I was wondering when he was going to go make a play.
Yeah, but wasn't he didn't we talk about this with Terry Foster, and didn't Terry, the whole thing was what he enabled taking on double teams, the prep that he did, and let other guys
go make the play. That's what I was thinking in my head as well.
Right. So
you got to look at that too.
A lot of the times I agree with you, but I think there's both things can be true. I think there's a happy medium of understanding the why. When it comes to Penei Sewell, it's youth, like being a rookie. It's being hurt, learning how to play hurt, because what do we know? Unless you're London Fletcher, you're gonna have to play hurt. If not, you're gonna be injured, and there's a difference between hurt and injured.
Yep.
And then when you have bad quarterback play and a quarterback that's not committed, that doesn't help any young guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't help any youthful guy. So I think these all going
Especially
into it. But the fact that he's got dog in him, and we're all saying this, that I think that he will be better. And, that it's a shout out for all these things going against him that he still grades, because they have to have a formula, right, for everybody. So the formula comes out there. So something's got to be there. Both things can be true, Neal.
One funky Lions fan says, I can't stand PFF. And I think I get the feeling like they've kind of jumped the shark here, and they're doing and they're doing stuff for content's sake and click's sake and all that kind of stuff. You play to the Michigan fan base, you play to, the Patriots fan base, all that stuff. It's just, they get a lot of run, and everybody trumpets them and talks about how great they are, and just I think that they've kind of jumped the shark to me. Like that's just where I am with Pro Football Focus.
So you don't think Sewell should be on there at
What's
all?
that?
You don't think Sewell should be on there? Is what you're saying?
We go by the clips that we watched. I'm going by the clips that we watched.
Going by the clips that we watched.
That's two clips out of how many snaps.
You have those clips real quick? All right. Well, we don't
I had
have
a bad shift once, Neal.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who was it against?
I don't know, but then I probably got in a fight, because whenever you had a bad shift, just get out and get in a fight, and then you feel better.
But that's why I wanted to qualify to let everybody know. I'm not killing Penei Sewell by any means.
You like that part of the game, Joique.
By any means. Where was this one here? I did want to run this one by you. Robert said, it's funny to me that you guys, and I would assume they're talking to Joique here, it's funny to me that you guys are killing Goff without a top 10 left tackle and his number one receiver.
No. So first of all, first of all, that's not why we're killing Goff. I made it clear. And go to my page. When I'm talking about the accuracy of hitting a wide open receiver, has nothing to do with top 10 receivers in the NFL.
And the number one center, by the way, too.
Right.
I just wanted to get his quote.
Okay, get his quote right.
Yeah.
Hitting a wide open TJ Hockenson, wide open, no pressure. You miss him, and then come at the very next play. Don't step up in the pocket on 4th and 4, which we've been terrible on 4th and 4 when passing the ball. Let's get that clear. We've been terrible. 4th and short, passing the ball, we've been terrible. Wide open in the flats is just a check down to your back for a first down. And instead of just delivering the pass and taking a hit, which will probably have just been a push to the ground, he runs out of the pocket and just throws it out of bounds when he knows we need to score. Let's take a look. We talk about Hockenson getting creative to get him the ball so he doesn't have to run through a defensive end. He doesn't have to run through a linebacker. We put him in the backfield, give him a free release. He overthrows him. And then right here, dropping back, step into the pocket. He doesn't hit Swift and just throws it out of bounds, which is why it was a holding call, because as a tackle, you are taught if you're going to lose, make him lose outside. That's what you're taught as a left tackle. Make him lose going around. And he made him go around. He made that holding call over 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And so, yes, I think Penei Sewell to be in that top 3. Yes, I think he should be. He's been playing well, been playing hurt, showing he has heart, showing he has that grit. You know what I'm saying? But like
he threw it to Blau. Yeah. He threw it to his quarterback, buddy.
Oh God! Run that clip back one more time for me. Just run it back, please. Just run it back. I want people to see this because we talked about Hockenson and getting more creative, and they get more creative. Look at this. They got the tight end in the backfield wide open.
He threw that behind him.
Threw it behind him. And look.
Juice's Gold said he would have made that throw. I believe.
Right here, boom, chip. All right, throw it to your running back. He's open field. You run. You want to.
Watch this, right to Blau.
And then the thing is, you know the concept.
Dude, Joique, he has to. I hate to put you on the spot. Can you do that last one again with the holding penalty? Joique. He can't step up there, man. Penei got cooked on that play, dude.
What do you mean he can't step up in there? Yes, he can't step in there.
How's he going to step up into that, dude?
And even if he doesn't step up into it, he didn't have to. He just should have threw the ball. He should have threw it. It was no reason why he didn't check down to his back.
He didn't even need to step in. He just had to throw it right.
Just.
My point was he couldn't step up into that with that.
No, but he could have thrown it earlier.
Now okay, I'll listen to that. That's fair. That's fair. I'll listen.
Throw it now. Throw it now. Throw it now.
We don't have this play out there, but we also have a similar play like that where our DN went off the edge and bro stepped into the pocket.
That's a hey guys.
Moved his shoulder, got skinny, got in the pocket, and made a quick release throw to chase down the field for a 30, 40-yard post route. That was a major play for them. And that's what he's willing to do for his team, and we're not making those plays here.
Hey, it was a covert, Steve and I'm with you, bud. It was a covert to get Blau in the game as a receiver. They could play pitch and catch.
I mean, come on now. It's going to be some plays where you're going to – now, that wasn't a bad loss. That wasn't like, oh, he's terrible. Like, he's doing everything he can to make sure he guards his quarterback.
Absolutely. Yeah. You need somebody to guard you.
You always need somebody to guard you. How about you give Guardian Alarm? Guardian Alarm gets it. A good defense on and off the field helps you feel secure. Guardian Alarm has the state-of-the-art technology that helps you feel safe. Don't you like to feel safe when you're at home?
Absolutely.
I want to feel safe when I'm at home. I'm going to give my daughter a kiss when she's going to bed. I want her to feel safe. You know, Guardian Alarm also has convenient features that let you check in and out of your home. It controls your lights and your temperatures, detects smoke and carbon monoxide. It will even let you lock your doors from anywhere in the world and unlock them. You know, somebody go to your house, want to drop off a package, unlock your door. They'll slide it on in for you. It doesn't have to stay outside in the rain. Here we go. Call 800 Stay Out today. That's 800. That's 800. What?
Yes. 1-800 what fish?
Stay out.
That's 800.
Stay out.
Guardian Law has been trusted for over 90 years. It's keeping families safe. So if you guys want to feel safe, call 800.
Stay out. Get out of my house.
Joique Bell, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, and this is Big D Energy.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Final segment of the show here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, D-Mac, Darren McCarty in the house, Fish in the Bowl. Art is in the booth as well. Happy to have you rolling along. Today's Wednesday, right? Man, getting ready. Got Thursday night football tomorrow. Got football to get you through. The Red Wings, 2-0-1. They've taken 5 possible 6 points. Don't forget the Pistons in action tonight. They tip off the season down at LCA against the Chicago Bulls. And I know... And look, I step lightly when I get to this next point of discussion, and you guys have proven that you loved it. The mural behind us again is taking center stage, and Art, I know that there's been a lot of talk.
There has.
You know, give everybody the update as to where we stand right now with the mural, please. Take the
mural? We're going to talk about the mural.
We're not talking about the game.
We ain't talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We're talking about the mural.
We're talking about the picture.
So
what I'm going to do is I'm not going to talk about what I think. I'm going to talk about what I know.
You have to think about practice. What do you know, Art?
All right. So what I know is that what was it, 2 Fridays ago?
I don't know. It just keeps adding up, just with a lot of other things around here.
2 weeks ago, Justin came in, gave his side of the story as to why Joique was not in the back wall. Which, if you don't know what the back wall is, it's the picture behind Neal Ruhl.
So Adam still hasn't.
I have
signed off. Adam still hasn't said Joique
Adam should probably come in here. What's funny is that they put. Oh wow, he's yelling. Adam, you got to come in the studio.
By the way, real quick, Art, on our YouTube chat thread, Steve R says, I was told Joique Bell would be on there.
I was told too. And listen,
I was told. I don't know, Steve. I'm a little bit more just, and no disrespect, but I mean, I was told. Neal was told.
I was told.
Yeah.
Joique was told. So feel the pain.
We're told.
So I think right now we're gonna have Adam come in and have a seat.
You know, what I think. This is what I think. This is. Somebody dropped the ball in upper management, and I think they just don't care about the history.
That's how I feel. But a lot of things around here. But here's the thing: I've been a part of 2 lockouts, but you know, lockouts are you do the same thing as when like you strike or whatever like that. But I mean, this is like
what if you guys
be a strike? You won't get a lockout.
No, this will be a strike. That's what I'm saying. I've only been part of lockouts, but I'm all about a strike.
Before we go to Adam, and I mean, you guys haven't said it, but I can be the. You guys have talked about a strike too, about you guys going on strike.
Yeah, we have
this
talked
doesn't.
about it. We have.
So
when did we talk about that?
We talked about this the other day. I don't think you was around.
No, you didn't, Neal.
Yeah, Neal didn't.
No, Neal will still be sitting in the chair. He drives his boat from 11 to 1 every day.
Every day.
Yeah. And real quick, for people who would like for us to take a strike and not be on the show anymore,
until Joique's pictures up there.
Give me a pound fist for respect in the comment. If you guys want us to stay, you want the upper management to do their job, give me on that mural. Just go on like.
But we
go
do
on
have
YouTube
Adam,
and like.
We do have Adam here to possibly
from the Morning Woodward show.
Are we going to get a 2-week clarification? Is that what we are?
Yeah, here we go.
Adam, can you say hello? Can we make sure the mics are working?
Sitting there so cocky with his legs
It's a
crossed,
mic.
his back, his body language.
Yeah.
His body language is saying, "I don't care."
Right.
About Joique Bell. That's the body language he's giving.
Well, we got that earlier when Justin brought it up.
Look at his body language.
You're being kind of dramatic.
Look at his body language. You see his body language?
Okay, Joique, address those allegations. Are you being dramatic?
I'm not being. It's collusion. What it is.
He's upset.
It's collusion.
I'm upset.
Yeah,
it's collusion.
I just want you to know that the file has already been updated. And we were planning on surprising you and getting it up.
I don't know.
And this was literally a conversation Justin and I had this morning.
Neal, don't fall for it.
I swear to
don't fall for it. Thank you, Joique.
And I can bring in Justin without even having to call him. Art can go call him.
Instead of all this like hubbub and this and that, I asked this.
2 weeks later.
How about I want to say it'll be done tomorrow. Joique, you know what? We're on it. It's going to be done tomorrow. It's going to be done next week.
Give me 1 second. Watch.
No. You better go talk to him.
See, there it is.
You got to go talk to him.
When they figure
How
out.
he said here. Why are you in here? I don't want you in here.
When they figure it out that it's not. Oh, I got to go. Oh, I said that. You know what?
It's the disrespect.
The disrespect.
It's
no. You know what it is? It's not. It's not pro.
You know what? It's not pro. No, but you have college guys on there as well.
No, I understand. Yeah. No, it's not professional. Act like this isn't like represent.
How about
how
this?
Can you represent?
You know what it is though. I didn't go to Michigan. I didn't go to MSU, so they don't care about. They don't care about. That's what it is.
Well, and you're right. Like Greg Campy's not on there.
Oh, we have an update. We have an update. Neal, if you look above you,
and we were gonna surprise you on Friday.
Right between the T and the
Wayne
S.
State jersey.
And Detroit Sports. D-Mac, don't break your headphones.
Yeah.
There we go. Finally.
All right, you're lucky.
All right.
Now y'all look. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about around here.
Okay, so we didn't get any pound fish, but we did get a lot of likes. So you guys got to correct it. I got to fix.
Everybody can see it
Adam,
right at the top where it deserves to be. Look at. It's got the people. Look at, he's talking to the people.
He is talking to the people.
Nice, Adam.
And Adam, who was playing the part of the heel on the YouTube chat thread, there was a lot of vile things being directed towards you on the YouTube chat thread.
Okay, I'm used to it.
Joique's crying.
But you know what? You've turned the people, Adam. You have.
And you know what? Let me just say, Adam is just as bad on the show.
That's
as in
all
person.
it is. Bunch of grinders. It's all just a little like I see you.
First and foremost, I'd like to give honor to the guy who was ahead of my life.
Oh, he's trying, bro.
It's a good,
You are an actor, bro. I didn't know we were around. Wow.
I told you
Hey,
he was
let my
just being
boy be
dramatic.
emotional. Let him get his emotions out, Art.
Go ahead, Denzel.
Just because
You're
you
a better
got no
actor than
feelings.
Denzel.
I like to give thanks to my mom.
Thank you, Adam.
My mom is the real MVP.
Give me that sad violin real quick. And
Hey, it's not what I think. It's what I know about. Hey, you know what? That's the
I
little
like to
things
thank
that we're
everyone
talking
here in the
about around
studio
here.
because you guys made this possible for me.
These are real tears coming out of this man's
real
mouth.
tears.
This is real possible for me.
Forget the clip yesterday. This is the clip today. Joique showing emotion. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow.
I know.
Joique, my thing is, though,
Did you really?
in all honesty, though, now that Adam's gone, I can be truthful. That took 2 weeks. I mean, we can be happy, but we got to be better around it. We got to be quicker.
You know, I still feel disrespected.
You should.
Hey, you know what?
Because if Chad was here, it would have been done in the day.
I felt disrespected because yesterday I was promised a whole entire apartment worth of furniture. Now here we sit. But, you know, I was told. I was told.
I was told. Hey. If you would have came to me a week ago, I had a whole thing of furniture for you. I swear.
know.
And they told me to go get it. I said, no, y'all can have it. And get rid of it.
I know we've got extra time today. Can I make a public service announcement that I need furniture? Maybe the listeners
we
can
have
help me.
4 extra
No,
minutes.
not on our show. We don't do any panhandling here.
Oh, yeah, that is true. No GoFundMes. No GoFundMes. Okay, that wasn't that funny. That wasn't that funny.
You can use my third for a service announcement.
Okay.
Art needs
a lot of furniture.
He needs some love.
Furniture.
He needs some love.
Anything. Anybody's got some stuff.
Hey, go get him a cardboard sign.
Hey, where they get Art at Woodward Sports?
Yeah, art at woodwardsports.com would be great. Anything. What is he doing? He's
bringing me a pillow.
getting me ahead of the curve. I can start with a pillow. Wow, look at that. Thank you.
Oh, he's going to suffocate him. He's going to put him out of his misery.
That is true. My head will be comfortable. Thank you. Thank you.
People want to know, do they make apartments for 11 kids?
No, it's a trailer. I've always said it's a trailer. Joique had said yesterday that he had like a whole entire. I don't want to air his person, but he had like a whole house worth of stuff because
he sold his
and
car
14 air
downtown.
conditioners.
Watch out, Art.
You know. Oh God, what are we doing?
No,
put me up. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Now
the people are coming
You're
through.
getting a haircut from Joique Bell.
yeah. I'm gonna be warm. I'm okay. Thank you.
He's giving you a haircut.
Okay. Yep. I got this. This is what happens when they give us an extra 5 minutes. Okay, thank you. Yep.
Have a
And
nap.
I don't
There
need
you go.
anything else.
You want me to put him to sleep, Joique?
No, don't put me to sleep. No, just.
I'll put him to sleep.
And yep. All right, there we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, and close the door so I die of a heat stroke in here.
You know what it is? That's real love here.
That is real love.
That's real love.
And just being
There's
truthful,
real love
I
all
didn't get
around.
kicked out, okay? I'm keeping the trailers. People are in the comments saying, are you getting kicked out? I'm not trying to put all my business out there. I wish everyone the best, but that's my dang trailer.
Hey, yo, honestly, real talk. If something happens and you lose the trailer, all right, just pick up your phone.
And call Terry Foster?
No. No. I'm going to say, like, pick up your phone, call me. And what I'll do is I'll go online. I'll try to find a shelter for you.
You'll give me an Uber to the shelter.
I'll try to find a shelter for you. I'll tell you what, though, it's impressive. Adam's image and public persona has been totally rehabilitated with the people.
But
he's a man of the people.
Until tomorrow morning.
Somebody said, hold on.
morning.
Hey, yo,
when
I
he
don't
goes
know
off
if you
on
guys
something.
seen this real quick, but somebody said, I don't know if you guys seen the TikTok meme when it said, "What's not clicking, Steven? What I'm gonna do with $200?" You ever seen? Yeah. I need cash at me now.
Seriously.
If people don't know what that clip is, go on TikTok. It's like a thing that's going around right now. It's hilarious.
Well, Art, maybe you gotta do a TikTok about furniture.
Something. I don't know. Maybe I could borrow like the Woodward.
What's not
socials.
clicking, Steven?
Yeah. I should
What the
make
hell
a
I'ma do with
video though, like
$200?
with a sign saying "Send
Cash
all
at
free
me now.
furniture," or something.
This could hook it up.
Yeah.
Juice's Ghost says, "I have a couch for you, Art. You got to come to Grand Rapids to get it, though."
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's got to fit in the Kia. That's the only issue right now.
No, you can put it on
Kia
top
Forte.
and wrap it around.
Oh,
have you ever seen a
here's
Goofy?
shirt
Have you
for
ever seen a
guys.
Goofy movie where they have all the stuff on top of the car?
Abercrombie and Fish. That's a good shirt. I like that.
That is the real.
Hey, Fish.
With just
Hey,
her
Fish. Hold on. I got the best idea.
Uh-oh.
Fish doesn't like sleeping in his bed. So, Fitz, can you give Art your bed since you like sleeping on the couch?
Hang on.
Well, the only problem
Fish.
with that is it is a. I don't think it would fit Art's
No,
back.
BS. I asked you this morning if I could live with you for like a couple weeks in your basement, and you said, well, I have to check, and you never checked.
I'm waiting till I get home. I've been here since 7:30. What am I supposed to do?
This
Just
is your home.
Drive to my house, come back here, be late for the show. Hey, Fish, where's the audio? Well, audio guy had to do something for Arthur the Great. Sorry I wasn't here to do 55 different things. Can't help you there.
The fans say they could make that couch fit in a Kia.
Okay, well, with a dream and a great attitude, you could do anything, including fill up a trailer with furniture.
That's what I was told. That's what I was told.
So hold on. So real quick, they took everything?
No, well, we're in negotiations. So yeah. It is what it is.
So they get all the furniture.
I think I'll be able to keep my TV that I got for my birthday.
Oh, can you keep your Xbox?
Oh, take it like guns. Take it out of my cold dead hands.
You said what?
Getting my Xbox, bro. I will fight to the death. You know what? You take everything else.
Hey, maybe one time. Hey, Joique, maybe after he gets all settled, you can actually get a PlayStation.
Yeah. The thing is this though. Now he's paid child support. Now you got to pay alimony. Wowzer!
I need some of that Bitcoin, bro.
Plot twist.
You better work a little bit harder.
Joique, can Art stay with you at your house?
No, of course not. I don't need that negative energy around me.
I've been to time out. I've been to Joique's house. Joique has plenty of open space.
Oh, 100%.
None for me though. His house is massive. 14 of my trailers could fit in his house. Get out of here. There's a person at the door that says, "Can I help you?"
Too bad your man didn't have some
How
hands,
they
bro.
say, Art?
Can I help you? Or they just take the keys. They take the wallet.
They say, "Can I help you?"
Yeah. Does he tell you that your food is delicious morsels?
Yeah.
No, they do. We kick. No. I think. What did he tell you, Art, when you came to the door? He told you that.
No, it didn't say anything. To be fair, there was an opportunity where I could have hung out with Joique, but the wallet was delivered and then the door was closed in my face, and Joique said, "Thank you, appreciate it." So,
people are propagating on our YouTube chat thread. Skipper Sonny says Art owes millions in child support. Can you confirm these rumors?
I can tell you that I'm 100% current with the amount that I pay right now.
Mike G said, "I like our snooty butler voice."
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Maybe you should get into that.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, that's time off. Beep.
Well, hey, appreciate everybody listening, contributing. Joique, hit him with it.
Gang.